Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown, where we talk about 2A news and conservative views. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name is Mike Piwowarski, coming to you live from the East Coast. That's the coast with the most from the co-host with the most here on The Rundown. 2A views, conservative news, and Greg, guess what day it is?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day. It's hump day.
Hump day.
That's right, folks. Today is Hump Day. This is the day in which we attempt to begin the weekend, sometimes with success, sometimes not. But as we always like to say, the fun is all in the trying.
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, it's. I've been trying since about August, though, and we're getting closer to the week. So we'll see how it goes.
Right. Have to apologize, folks, about yesterday. Had a bit of a family emergency that hit yesterday. Well, day before yesterday, right after the program, and it kept me pretty tied up all day yesterday as well. So I do apologize. That's why we didn't do the program yesterday. But very much appreciate your understanding, especially since so many people who are doing these live shows, I mean, even people who are doing radio aren't doing anything during the next 2 weeks. So, hey, we're here. We're doing our thing. So
that's it. We're here. We're going to drink a beer. Get used to it.
There you go. We're here. Going to drink a beer.
And it ended with cake. So it was all right.
It ended with cake.
Yeah, it ended with cake. Cake at the end of the day. It was cake at the end of the day. I don't know what to say. It got to the end of the day, and somebody said, "You want some cake?" And I was like, "I think I do." And I had a piece of cake, so it worked out.
Wow. Well, can't complain about cake at the end of the day, I guess. He's so good.
No, I mean, listen, there's better things, but there's a lot worse too.
There are definitely a lot worse things that could be going on in the world. I'll just put it that way. I do not disagree with you one little bit. In any case, before we get started today, why don't we go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, let's say hi to our good friends over there at Hitman Industries. That's hitmanindustries.net. You got yourself an AR in the last 5 years. Probably got one of the barrels and don't even know. Well, now you can buy from them factory direct and get yourself a little discount as well. Use the code The Rundown. No, wait. Yes. No, you have to call them. Call Hitman Industries, right, Greg? Call hitmanindustries.net if you're a first responder and get a discount. Tell them you heard about us on the Rundown. There you heard you heard from them, with us and them on the Rundown. There you go. California, is it the Republican Assembly fighting a good fight behind enemies so you can take part in California's future today. Make sure you got the California 6th congressional race while you're there. Hog holsters if you want the best tactical concealed holster on the market. There you can use the discount code, The Rundown. It's all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. I think it's probably too late for Christmas to get them delivered. But if you want a nice New Year's holster, get on the horn to them right now. If you're looking for the best in tactical gear on the market, whether it be indoor, outdoor, going hunting, fishing, camping, check out our friends over at uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. Now, you heard Mike mention the 6th Congressional District. As those of you who are regular listeners know, I'm running for Congress here in the 6th Congressional District here in California, in Sacramento, California, to be exact. It is a winnable seat, but I need your help, folks. Look, we're trying to put together a little bit of cash for some yard signs, for some big old pretty yard signs. So we want to get like the really big ones, like the 4x6s, and we also want to do the regular lawn signs. But we need your help to do it. So do us a favor. Go to CraigDeLuz.com. That's CraigDeLuz.com. Kick in a few shekels. Kick in a few bucks. 10, 20, 100, 3,300, something. Whatever you can do, go ahead and do it. We need your help. Every little bit counts. Give, and encourage your friends to do the same. Also want to encourage you, please take a moment and visit our sponsors. You see all of them right there. Look at that. Look at that fitty. Look at that fitty. Just bam. Just drop it right in there. Thank you, Mike. Got it. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and visit our sponsors. The links to all of our sponsors are in the description to this program. So you just go there, you click on the link, check them out. If you like what you see, spend some money with them, And make sure you tell them it was the guys over at the Rundown that sent you. Also, click on it. You can participate in the live chat, all that fun stuff. You look confused.
Is that a good steady stream we got going out there, Craig? Not an old weak stream or a young just everywhere stream?
No, actually, I do believe that our stream does appear to be giving us some issues again today. It's a weather thing, man. Whenever the weather gets bad, Xfinity decides that they're going to be kind of about our feed. But the good thing is like I said, on Spotify, weak signal for some reason on our internet on this end.
Did you know we're actually at a 10-year high for solar flare activity, causing a lot of interruptions in HF and VHF communications? It's probably going to be that way for almost a year.
I did not know that. Does that affect Wi-Fi?
Well, I mean, you got the old Wi-Fi or you got the new Wi-Fi. You go wired or you go antenna. You go in satellite, because if you're going satellite, it may be affected.
Okay.
If you're going, fiber optic, you should be okay.
No, it's cable internet. So, but it's hey, it is what it is. We be all right.
I am what I am.
All right, let's go ahead and get into today's stories. All right, we're going to start off. Trump is temporarily, or at least at this point, he's supposed to be off the Colorado presidential election primary ballot. Now, just to kind of let you know what went down, and this is a report according to the Associated Press. Let me pull it up here real quick. It says Colorado Supreme Court declares Donald Trump is ineligible for the White House. It says here, a divided Colorado Supreme Court on Tuesday declared former President Donald Trump ineligible for the for the White House under the U.S. Constitution's Insurrection Clause and removed him from the state's presidential primary ballot, setting up a likely showdown in the nation's highest court to decide whether the frontrunner for the GOP nomination can remain in the race. I don't know that you need to talk a lot more, or that we need to get into a lot more about this particular story. But first of all of the Democrat appointed justices all said he should be kicked off. The Republican appointed justices all said that he should stay on the ballot. So first of all, I think you have a problem when you have a clearly partisan decision like this, number one. Number two, the Insurrection Act, part of the 14th Amendment. Anyway, there is absolutely positively no. And by the way, one other thing. They're saying that he engaged in an insurrection. He nor any of the 1,000+ other individuals who've been charged with guilty of insurrection and therefore cannot be on the presidential ballot. I don't see how you could say that this is anything less than a left-wing liberal hatchet job.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Craig. And as we talk about here on the program all the time, they might as well be throwing cans of spinach at Popeye. I mean, all they've done is make him stronger again. Just when you think they run out of ways to try and take him down and make him stronger, they come up with something new. It's amazing. Going to have it anyway. So taking him off the ballot there never was going to take electoral votes away from him. However, pollsters and everybody that's taking a look at this and all these strategists say this is easily a 5-point jump or bump for him, if not more. What they've done is people now are saying they've secured the elector and stronger every day.
When you consider that every judge that decided this were all appointed by Democrats. This is election interference. And that's all this is. And their thing is, well, we get control over who's on our ballot. Well, no, not when you're selecting the president of the United States, because it affects the representative for the
I would think quickly overturned or an injunction put in place against it by the federal appellate courts out there. I don't have a doubt.
Because if it doesn't, well, then what happens when a court in Alabama or in Florida decides they don't want Joe Biden on the ballot? Because
sit on the bench and use the rule of law not by their feelings, as the Democrats and the liberals do. So it won't happen there, unless, of course, one district decides, you know what, we want to push the issue quicker to the Supreme Court, so we have competing rulings. We're going to put a no.
This. They're celebrating the leading candidate for the opposition party being removed from a swing state ballot by his opposition party. I just, once again, and they didn't learn. It's like as soon as they got rid of in court, then you can bet that Democrats aren't going to be in the majority forever. So Republicans are eventually going to take advantage of the very same rules that they have put in place.
Yeah. This is you're right, but again, look at the polls today. Even from 24 hours ago, up around the board everywhere. Just keep it coming, Democrats. Keep it coming. What nonsense?
One of the reasons why doesn't surprise me isn't just all of the election interference stuff, but it has to do with a bunch of the stuff relating to the border. Now, I know this sounds kind of weird because, we've been following this for a while, right? We've been talking about this for a few years. And isn't it funny? It seems hysterical to me that for some reason, Democrats are actually surprised that people would potentially blame them for what is going on the border. But that's exactly what the information that we're seeing that's coming out of the various different news sources are saying. In fact, this is according to the New York Post, as reported by Newsbreak. It says here, one of President Biden's re-election campaign co-chairs has said she worries that growing frustrations over the deteriorating situation at the southern border will hamper Democrats' prospects in 2024. People are really frustrated. They want to see order. They want to see government manage situations. Representative Veronica Escobar, a Democrat from Texas, told Politico in an interview published Tuesday. Unfortunately, Democrats are getting the brunt of that right now, and people have brainwashed themselves into thinking that somehow Donald Trump solves this. Fiscal year 2023, more than 2.47 million encounters were reported along the Mexico frontier, with more than 240,000 migrants apprehended in October, the most recent month for which stats are available, according to data from the U.S. Customs, Border, and Protection. Now, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm more than willing to accept the fact that I may be wrong about this, but did we have 200 and almost 50,000 migrants coming across the border when Donald Trump was president?
Yeah, maybe in 4 years,
Yeah, I mean, I'm like wondering, it's like, we were setting records with border crossings when Obama was president. Then Trump became president, and not only did they stop coming, many of them who were here decided, you know what, I'm getting out of here.
Agree with her policy. I just wanted to see what she looked like. I still disagree. Well, listen, I might have been swayed, but no, I took a look at her and I have not been. She doesn't look as convincing as I thought she would.
You're like on that hotness intelligence ratio.
Yes, that's what it was. Actually,
okay.
Absolutely. I thought the Escobars were from Colombia, not from Texas. How did she get to Texas? Unless she's an illegal. Is that what you're saying? Got it. Understood.
I'm saying I don't know where she was born.
Okay. Right.
You don't have to be born in the United States to be a congressperson.
That's right. That's true.
Because we do have one from Somalia that married her brother?
Yeah. We have a president from Kenya. We had one of those. So yeah, she get rid of this lady. Let's just move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. Once again, it's Democrats are completely divorced. They attempt to divorce going to end because of climate change, and you don't really know if you're a boy or a girl. And let's tell you that, well, if you're white, you're racist, and if you're black, you're a victim. And then be surprised when our children are depressed, committing suicide at higher rates, and are dealing with mental health issues. Wasn't me.
That's right. They're like, Mr. Shaggy, did you allow the border to be controlled? Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Shaggy syndrome. That's what it is. Shall henceforth be known as Shaggy syndrome.
See, one of the things that Donald Trump did, he said that. But when you have your current president say, don't come here, but if you do come here, we're going to send you to court, and you're going to get you're going to get a court, you're going to get to go to court. Mike, I was looking at a thing where someone their thing to show up in court was for 20.
Several states sent troops to Texas to help out. What they would do is, a quarter mile so down from the border crossing where everybody was coming across, right? They put in a big old catapult, and about once every hour or so, they'd launch a mannequin out of it back across the border. And when the people in line would say, "What was that?" and said, "Oh no, we're just sending back the illegals. Don't worry about it." And that was it. That's enough. That's enough word. The Donald
says it's Trump's America.
That's it. Yeah, MAGA. It just says MAGA.
What?
I don't want to parachute because that'll slow down.
Making America great again, one deportee at a time.
Yeah, I don't want to parachute because that'll slow down the descent into the river. Maybe just a streamer out the back that says MAGA.
Going off, that's an asset.
Yeah. Look what it did to the rest of the world. Right? It had crazy dictators coming to him going, listen, I just want to set this record straight now, okay? I'm not going to do anything. Please don't bomb my children.
Please don't.
They'll be singing stories about your death for 1,000 years. That's what he's like in a room. You've seen the way he pushed Putin around, right? It was amazing.
Yeah, well, it worked is my only point. And that's what I find so hilarious. Once again, a miracle, right? They thought that incomes, household and individual wages just all of a sudden just shot up. That had nothing to do with Donald Trump's policies. I don't understand. And then all of a sudden, when he's not president anymore, all those good things stop happening.
Look at manufacturing return to America. It's amazing. Isn't that amazing? So just a weird coincidence. It was clearly it was part of the Obama plan to occur. It just took longer than they thought.
Or then there was the whole, you know what? You guys in NATO need to start paying your own way.
The rest of Europe's put in $20 billion. They should be paying more than us. If not, the problem will be on their doorstep, not mine.
Funny how that works.
Yep.
Moving right along, New Mexico gun grabbers break gun laws. Well, we all know they don't care about laws because they know that gun laws don't actually keep people safe. But let's talk a little bit about these gun laws that they're breaking. It says here, pictured are unwanted firearms from one household in Farmington, New Mexico. New Mexicans to prevent gun violence exed Saturday. Our gun buyback was canceled by the city, but local residents asked us to show up anyway. So we spent today dismantling guns house by house. This was their after-action report for their Guns to Garden program intended to destroy guns and turn them into tools, reported AMOLand on December 6th, with the title Observing New Mexico Gun Buyback and Exercising Contradictions. What no background checks? This correspondent asked at the time. Will there be an FFL on the premises to record the transfers? The New Mexico State Police should investigate a private party going door to door and sawing people's guns in half without doing a background check as required for a transfer in New Mexico, State Representative Stefani Lord noted in response to the New Mexico or the NMPGV post. The FBI and the ATF should also look into this, since a private group does not have the ability to check NICS to see if they are in possession of a stolen firearm. So many crimes committed by this anti-gun group at New Mexico Ag needs to look at this offense. And this just goes to show you that they're not really serious about actually people following the gun laws, because as far as they're concerned, gun laws are for law-abiding gun owners, not them, and not criminals, which is pretty much, they're the same people.
Yeah, Craig, I've got a slightly different take on this one, right? And listen, the story's well written. We'll give it that. But the whole thing that the anti-gun crowd were breaking the gun laws, I don't see it. Let me break it down for you. Craig, I come to your house and I say, we're with such and such place. We're here to destroy any unwanted guns you don't want. FFL needed. Once the firearm's destroyed, guess what? It's not anymore. It's not a firearm. It's a piece of garbage at that point. So I understand they're trying to say that these people did wrong. I'm just going to call the entire group an idiot. Trump said, Craig, I'd love to see California, or at least, certain parts of California, right? Coastal California, maybe, Craig, separate from the union so we don't have to deal with it anymore. But as President Trump said,
the person, or did they just take the guns and then destroy them? So I think that's a question that needs to be.
Yeah. Then you might have a transfer. You're right there. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is, that's the other thing. In California, like, even just alone, like allowing someone to use your firearm, you have to actually go through a background check in order to loan a firearm to somebody. But this was in New Mexico, so I don't know. It was an interesting point, but I think your legal analysis is probably correct.
Yeah. We don't agree with in the first place. Doesn't that make you just as bad as them, right? Doesn't it? Yeah.
Pretty much. All right, and now our last story of the day. Let's go straight here. Minnesota's proposed flag redesign sparks controversy over alleged resemblance to the Somalian flag. Tell you what, here, I'll let you play the video. I'll play the video here. Let you guys listen to it real quick.
Minnesota, have you lost your mind? No, seriously, the 32nd state of the United States is changing their flag to a flag that resembles a Somalian flag. Seems like this is a scene out of Captain Phillips.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Also, here's the guy that designed the flag. Everything you need to know. But seriously, this isn't an NBA basketball team. We're not changing the logo. We're not redesigning an arena here. I mean, you know what this is a symptom of? White guilt. Because it's us white people that have this white guilt, and apparently we have to go destroy things that don't need to be destroyed and replace flags that don't need to be replaced. Whoever voted and okayed this, they need to go look in the mirror and just...
I agree with him. I agree with him on that one. Definitely, they need to look at themselves and do that. But I'm like, Mike, why are you changing your flag? What was wrong with their flag that they felt like they needed to change it?
Well, again, you have a big Somali population there in Minnesota. This is also, Craig, what happens when you leave voting to the people of the internet? Okay, you end up with the name of the new warship is Bodie McBoatface. Okay, that's why we don't do these kind of things. And this is what you've got. You've got overwhelming numbers, people that, I don't know, come from a country where we can hack into computers and give billions and billions of votes on as simple as which flag should we pick? All right. As far as the white guilt goes, Craig, yeah, I'm sure it probably exists up there, but listen, I don't have any of it. I barely have any regular guilt. And you want to talk about white guilt? Let's just move on, Let's just...
Good stuff. All right, folks. Well, that brings us to our parting shots, brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholster.com. Use the discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces. Get your Hog Holster today. This first one, gotta love this one. This kind of goes right hand in hand with our conversation today. They banned a sitting president from Twitter, impeached him twice, jailed his supporters, raided his home, and indicted him 4 times, and had him removed from the from a presidential primary ballot, and then got on TV and told us that we're the fascists.
I'm telling you, he's freaking Popeye. All right? Keep throwing cans of spinach at him. See what happens.
I just the number of times where they seek to shut down speech, shut down dissenting views and perspectives, that they seek to remove people's ability to run for office that they disagree with, their political opposition, but they want to call the people on that side, they want to call them the fascists. Just saying.
Yep.
Not saying, just saying.
Listen, you heard it here first, everybody. Trump is the next president. He's going to be elected the next president, and DeSantis is going to be his vice president. Yep. You heard it right here.
Wow. I don't think DeSantis is going to do vice president, but
nobody believed me last time in 2016 when there were 19 candidates, and I said Trump's going to be the clear winner here. Nobody believed me then. Nobody believed me when I said we were going to have a stolen election in 2020. I'm telling you, I'm a sabermetrics guy. Okay, I'm a baseball nut with numbers. I can look at the numbers and tell you what's going to happen.
I'm not disagreeing with the Trump president, just the DeSantis vice president. But
let's put something on it. Let's put some bet on it. Let's put something on it. Think of something tomorrow. We'll put some skins in the game.
That sounds like a plan. And then we have impeachment evidence. I'm not going to read everything that is on this list, but let's just say this for those of you who are listening. There are 19 pieces of evidence listed against Joe Biden and just one against Donald Trump. Democrat-affiliated whistleblower reported Trump wanted Biden corruption probed. That's it. Funny how that works, huh?
Yep, that's it.
And then one more from our good friend over at The Matrix, Mr. Keanu Reeves. If the government says you don't need a gun, you need a gun. Now, do you know who that is on that shirt, Mike?
Yeah, that looks like Chief got shot in the face. Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
If he had believed this T-shirt, he probably wouldn't have got shot in the face.
That's it. I wonder if he owns any land. I got some blankets I could trade him for it.
Wow. Okay. We're not even going to comment on that. Anyway. Well, that brings us, folks, to it brings us to the end of our show. But before we go, time for one more quick shout out to our sponsors.
Hold on. Can I make a Native American observation?
Yes, you can.
When you hear different minorities and different cultures say how they're oppressed, I want you to think to the Native American people and tell me the last time you saw 2 Native Americans together. That's oppression. Okay? That's you don't even see them together. There's not even 2 that can stand together anymore. That's oppression. Okay?
You just watch Yellowstone. You'll see it.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Kevin Costner. Yeah. Has he got a cornfield in that one? It's the only way I'm watching that thing. You know?
No cornfield. Sorry.
All right. Well, if you build it, they will come to your TV show. All right, here we go. Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. If you've got yourself an AR in the last 5 years, you probably got one of their barrels. Well, now you can buy from them direct. They have pistol and rifle caliber barrels at any length you desire for your AR rifle or pistol. Get a hold of them at hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting the good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can fight Now you can take part in the fight in California today. Check out the California 6th congressional race while you're there. And again, to get you some tactical gear, you want to get your gear on, your indoor, outdoor gear, you want to go hunting, camping, fishing, whatever it is, you get everything but the gun from our good friends at uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. Take a minute. Follow the link in the description to this program. Check them out. Spend some money with them and tell them the guys over at the Rundown sent you. And with that, we're going to wrap up yet another show. We very much appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. We will be back tomorrow on Throat Punch Thursday, having a good time. Whatcha? Oh, excellent timing, sir. Excellent timing.